Hello everybody, my name's Hocus Pocus, and welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play series. This is episode 75, and today I am coming back for the first time in 2 weeks. So of course some of you guys may know I've had family over to visit for the past 2 weeks, and for that reason haven't been recording. So I haven't touched the world at all in 14 days, which is kind of crazy because of course this is something that I indulge in daily, as you guys probably have guessed. And to leave a world like this for 14 days, it actually does force you to forget a few things. So I'm probably going to have a little bit of a run around in a second just to remind myself of what we've been up to. But I do know for sure that we've been working on this mob farm behind me, which I'll have to rediscover and get back into the flow of things with. Because of course I kind of forgot now where we are in the process of building it. Probably putting in a few more of those layers up there, I'd imagine. I should probably go back and check last episode as well, just to make sure that I know what we're doing. But just before I begin the episode, I want to say I'm going to be releasing a world download with this episode. So we are halfway between 50 and 100 now at episode 75. Episode 100, we'll probably do another world tour if there's enough to look at. There should be, because we've done quite a bit in that time frame, of course, with the Guardian Farm and whatnot. So there should be a lot to look at. We'll probably get that done in episode 100. But of course, for now, you can have another world download. For the few of you who did decide to download it and take a look, you can just have a quick updated see for yourself type deal at what we've been doing. So that should be nice for you if you want to go and do that. The link will be down in the description. Of course, do consider subscribing, not subscribing if you do enjoy what you see today. Give the video a like and all that good stuff. Drop a comment down below of anything you might want to say. And without further ado, let's jump back into trying to find out what we were doing in the last episode. Through the use of videos and other tutorials I've been looking at for this build, I think I've finally discovered where we were at with this build. So the next step, I guess, is to just bring up some of these blocks here, because of course we have the two glass blocks. Underneath the glass blocks here, you can see some more of the polished andesite, and we need to place another layer here. And of course we can work that out also by taking a look down here at our second layer. Here we go. So you see we've got the two glass blocks. Then we come again with the polished andesite. That wraps around in a ring with a redstone block in the middle. And of course that mechanism we can just build up. It's a sequential mechanism anyway. So it just is a sequence of blocks that you need to place in order for this thing to work. So we're going to need to create ourselves some more of these trapdoors, which we have spruce logs here. Of course we've got that mini farm down there, which I think I need to replant. I don't see any of the saplings down there anyway. So it probably means that we need to replant a few more of these saplings here. But for now, we should have enough to get this going. We've got ourselves some stone slabs to obviously create the platforms themselves. Andesite could be running a bit short, so we might have to head down to the base to grab a bit more of that if we finish that up sometime soon. We'll need to fill up these buckets as well to get the next layer up and running after, of course, we've placed in the platform and stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down here. We can do this together, really. It's not too much of an issue. So let's pop down here. Plant ourselves some of these spruce saplings so that we keep the spruce rolling in. That would be important, I suppose. There we go. Have I turned bobbing off? I think I turned it off for my wool video, so I'm going to turn that back on quickly as well. Where do we find that? View bobbing, that was there. View bobbing on, because I like to see my pickaxe going up and down. So we'll turn that back on, as I said. Get these spruce saplings planted. We'll probably just go ahead and plant all 6 actually. You can never have enough wood. We'll craft ourselves up a few trapdoors. We don't have any at all. It doesn't look like we do anyway. Nope, we don't. So we can go ahead and just here we go, 24. That should be 8 there. We'll do another 24 if we can. No, we're just 1 log short for the 24, but that's fine. We'll do that for now. We've got 14 trapdoors. Polished andesite definitely needs replenishing sometime soon. But we're just going to go ahead and work on this a little bit, and I'll come back in with periodic updates as I usually do. So I think we're pretty much back up to speed on this build right now. So as you can see, we're up to 4 layers. We got 1, 2, 3, and the current layer that we are standing on, number 4. So now we need to work out how to get back into the flow of things with the sequential redstone mechanism that we are using here. So I believe we start with a redstone block above the piston here. Sorry, a note block above the piston here. And following on from that, we want to go up a couple blocks, like so. Pop that right there, and then I believe we want a redstone dust there. Bring in a redstone block, and that should force the piston down. And I think that is another sequence of the redstone complete. So from this point onwards, again, we're going to want to build up a little bit more. So we're going to be using the trapdoors here. Placing one in here. Why can't we do that? Okay. Like so. Like so. And then finally right here. And then we're going to take the glass, the light grey stained glass, place those in each of the 4 corners. And from this point, we'll need 4 buckets of water. So where is our nearest water source? I believe it's off this way. Correct. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and finally 4. And then back up to the top of the structure, which is right there. And I'm just quickly giving you a view of what it looks like from down here. I didn't really know where to take that sentence, really. So sorry for that weird pause there, but that is what I was trying to do. Give you a little bit of a look at how it's shaping up. In the Nembon video, I believe he states that 20 platforms is the optimal way to go with this farm. So we might take it up to 20, but we'll see how things are looking, of course, because we have to fit it into the scenery somehow. So maybe going 20 might be overkill, but at the end of the day, I think we'll be able to work it in. So I probably will take it to 20 just to make sure that we are getting full efficiency from this farm. Anyway, aside from that point, that we can then take the glass again and bring it up another layer like so, just to case in the water. And once we've cased the water in, we can come up with some andesite in a ring like this. And from this point, we can take some stone slabs and start bringing them out to form the platform. So it's just a case of repeating the process over and over until we have 20 of these platforms. So I'll keep going here, keep laying down the platforms, keep installing the redstone, and as I usually do, I'll bring you back in for some updates. We're just down in small storage, getting a few things together. So immediately you might notice I've topped up our fireworks. Inventory is completely cleaned out. That's because I just dumped it upstairs in the chest by our mob farm that we are currently in progress constructing. So we cleaned out the inventory, as I said, topped up the fireworks for flight. Now we need to get some more glass because we've just ran out. So we've got... Right, what have we got here? We got some plain glass, which I guess we'll take with us. Of course, we need the dye for it, which we don't have. No black dye either, which is an issue. However, going outside, we can probably gather a few plants that will allow us to craft up some of that light grey dye that we need and desire. So let's take the cart trip back up to the mining area so that we can get above surface. And then we can think about dyeing this glass. But of course, if we've ran out of it, we can't actually continue with the farm just yet. So we are going to need to make this a priority right now. And in terms of where the farm's going, we haven't really made that much progress since I last updated you. One more platform is up and running. We're just getting prepared now to get the 6th platform in place. So as I did mention earlier, Nembon's video does state that 20 platforms is the most efficient design. So we'll probably take it up to 20, whether that be in today's video or another. But that will be the long-term goal for the mob farm itself before capping it off with a ceiling, which will then allow the farm to produce drops during daytime, I believe. Don't know 100% for sure if that is the case, but I would imagine that that is what the ceiling design feature is for. So now that we're outside, we just need to grab ourselves some of these. I think these will give us light grey dye. It's been a while since we've came outside and used plants, to be honest. There we go. So we got 3 from there. We'll just gather up a few of these, craft them up into grey dye, craft the glass, and I'm just going to get back to work with this project. Whoopsie daisy. You guys can probably tell what's happened here. I took a glide, a jump, a glide. I came in a bit too hot, landed right here. The reason why I'm showing this to you, though, is because I am fairly certain that this is the very first death in this world, which is kind of crazy now, considering that we're on 75 episodes without one. Well, I mean, we didn't actually make it through to 75 without one, so you could say that we made it to 74 without one. I'll say 75, though, because, you know, we're halfway through it, so round up. Or something like that. Anyway, let's just make sure we got all of our stuff back before I check the stats here, because I don't want anything to despawn. So we'll take that there. There goes there. What do we have here? We had glass, that, something like that. Our buckets were here as well. Our rockets, of course, go here. Our food goes in there. Then our backup tools go up here. And that should be everything nice and neatly back in place. So let's quickly take a look before I advance on here. Statistics. Will it tell me how many times I've died here? I have no idea how to find out, honestly. Player kill 0, nope. Damage dealt. Number of deaths, 1. Yes, so we've died 1 time in this entire series, which is kind of crazy. And it took me 75 episodes to do so, so that's kind of a sad moment for me. I thought I was going to make it the whole way through without ever dying. Of course, I'm kidding. I didn't think that, but there we go. First ever death in this world. Would you have guessed it would have been my own fault? Alright, you guys, so I've brought you back in again. As you can see, we are up quite high now. We're in amongst the clouds, which is funny, because they run through the screen and sometimes make things hard to see. However, we are progressing nicely, as I said. And this next layer is about to be our 10th layer. So I thought, why not bring you guys in to check out how things are working around here. So, first of all, we've laid down our trapdoors and placed the water in behind, as you can see. Then we want to jump up and just place an extra layer of glass over the top of those, sealing in the water and making sure that nothing is going to overflow anywhere. Then we can bring up the next layer with some polished andesite, which I need to quickly craft a bit more of here. And just lay that in a ring around the redstone block in the middle, which of course is part of the sequential redstone that controls the system. Then from this point on, we can start to build out the spawning platform. So I start this by building out a line of 6 slabs on each side, and then I will just lay down 5 on either side of those to match the layer below, like so. And we'll do that on each side. So another 6 in the center here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you want to do 5 on either side of the 6, like so, leaving a 1 block gap at the end like this. And as you can see, that does match down below. And again, we'll do that right here. So we'll lay out 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, and then another 5 here, 5, and then 1. Oops, we are out of half slabs. So let me quickly pop downstairs to grab a few more of those. And I'll slow down because that's how I killed myself just a second ago. We've got stone in here. Yes, we certainly do. So we can go ahead and just craft up some like that very quickly. Nice. And then we want to head back up, back up, back up, back up. There we go. Back up top. Get back on our spawning layer that we are working on. And we want to take this out to there like so. And then finally on this side, we're going to again do the 6 in the middle. 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 5 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then I just bring it in like this, filling in the diagonal line that connects each of the edges. So there you go. The furthest point diagonally connects to this furthest point, and that will eventually connect to that point there. So we'll just bring that out like so. There we go, that connects. Now we can move on to this one. So again, start with the 3 in the corner, then just work the diagonal out until it connects like so. And then finally, same again, working in these blocks to allow the diagonal to connect. Of course, we can then go ahead and break that block. So now we have the stone slabs in place. We're going to cap all of this off with some polished andesite, which just goes around the edges, and this is totally my choice. It doesn't need to be a different block. I just did this for design reasons. I thought that mixing it up would make things look a little bit better because, of course, I don't really want to have a huge structure in my world comprised of only 1 block. That might be somewhat boring and somewhat ugly. So I decided to go ahead and put some polished andesite around the edges to change things up ever so slightly. And now you can see we have sort of a diagonal square. A diagonal square. Or you could look at it in a different way, I guess, but I prefer to see it as a diagonal square. It kind of looks like a diamond as well. Wow, it's not really a diamond, is it? I think diamonds have 5 points. No, diamonds have 4 points, right? Yeah, so it's a diamond that doesn't have I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I just look at it as a diagonal square. There you go. Square, 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, and 4. And that is how you make each layer of this farm. So as I said, now we are on our 10th layer. That is halfway through the build. We're going to take this up another 10 in total. And as I said, I don't know if we'll complete it in this episode or if we'll complete it in a coming episode. I'll try my hardest to complete it today, but depending on how time constraints sort of control what I can get done and all that good stuff, we might have to save it for another episode. But I do enjoy being up here because the world looks great from up here. And I hope you guys agree. Of course, we do need to extend out a few things down there while we're on the topic. I do like how this path turned out, but of course we need to take it in a few other directions to give it any sort of substance. So that's something we can think about working on in the future as well. So it's about time once again to go and restock materials, but I thought before I headed down into the base, the entrance being right here, as you guys probably know by now, I would give you a quick rundown of where we are at with this build. So at the moment we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 layers. So we are 6 layers off of the 20 in total. And of course things are going smoothly as you would imagine. It's not very... what am I trying to say here? It's not a very taxing build in terms of thinking about where to put things and how to construct it. Honestly, it's very simple. It just takes a bit of time to lay all the materials down, of course, because you have these big spawning platforms and then this central sequential redstone mechanism that's going to control everything. So it is going perfectly well. And as I said, we are just stopping now for a reinstatement of our materials because we are quite dry at the moment. Yeah, we're down to our bare bones. We're going to need more andesite, more stone slabs, possibly more glass, and I'm not sure if we have much sand down in the base at all. So that could be an issue for us, but we will get that solved. So without further ado, I'm going to head down there, get things organized, and probably just get straight back into building this thing. So no big update really, just to bring you back in to let you know that we have completed our 16th spawning platform. So 4 left, and I think I probably will get it done in this video, so you guys might be glad to hear that. Anyway, while you're here, let me quickly introduce you to the redstone mechanism and how that all gets put into place. So firstly, you want to give a 2-block gap and put a block on the 3rd block above the redstone block. Grab yourself a piston, jump down a block so you can get in underneath here. And you want the piston to be facing down towards the redstone block, only with a block gap between it so that the arm can actually extend and reach the redstone block. Once you've done that, you can remove the block on top and fill in the gap here. Then you want to jump up about 3 blocks, get yourself a note block, redstone block, pop the note block here. Then you want to pop the regular block on top like so, and then you want to go ahead and give your regular block a redstone dust piece on top of it, and then above the redstone dust piece you want to go ahead and pop in a redstone block like so, and that will just allow the farm to function and extend the pistons, which will also allow the what do you call these, the trapdoors to open and close and release water to force the mobs over the edge and down onto their death platform down there. So that's how this works in terms of installing the redstone design. Then of course once you've got that in, you don't want to place a glass block there, that's for sure. Once you've got the redstone in, you can go ahead and install your trapdoors. So give me 4 of those. You want to just go 1, 2, 3, and then finally the 4th. And once those are in place, the glass blocks can go in the corners here. And of course, you can just start again building up to the next platform. So as I said, I'll probably get all of the 20 platforms installed today before this video ends. So I'm going to get back to work on that. And then I'll probably just bring you back in once it's complete. Alright, you guys. So 20 out of 20 are now in place in terms of the spawning pads for this mob farm. So let's head back up to the top because there's one final thing we need to do. And I just didn't make it, did I? Okay, one more rocket and that should bring us back to where we need to be. Perfect. So we do actually need to install one last water mechanism for the top floor of this farm. So I'm just going to place in the blocks that we require right now. Then we're going to need 4 of these guys. So just get those in right there like so. And 1 more there. And then we're just placing the water in. You guys already know how this works. I did show it to you just a second ago, I believe. And then finally 1 last bucket of water in there and we should be good to go. So there we go. Mechanism in place, spawning platforms in place, 20 out of 20 complete. We are missing a few things, of course. I really don't know how to get this mechanism in action, but it needs to be in action for this thing to work, of course. And we do as well need to put a ceiling over the top of this thing so that we can make it nice and dark for mobs to spawn on each of the platforms. But for now, that's going to be all from me for today. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely had fun getting back into the world after the 2-week break that I took and just playing around again, making sure that we've got everything up together and sort of rediscovering what I was up to, because, you know, 2 weeks can be a long time, especially in a Minecraft world where you have got so much going on. It's easy to forget and I tend to lose track of where I was, but I'm back into the flow of things now and we've got our mob farm in a good position. So following on from here in the coming episodes, we should be able to get this up and running and hopefully see the fruits of our labor. So once again, you guys, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like down below. That would be very much appreciated. If you've got anything to say, any questions, suggestions, feedbacks, or comments in general, drop those down in the comment section below. I love to read them. I respond to every single one, so there's no reason why you shouldn't if you have anything to say. And finally, if you're new around here or you haven't subscribed yet, you can't make your mind up, then go ahead and press that red button down below to subscribe to the channel. You won't regret it, and you get to see more of this series and anything else I decide to post. So once again, you guys, for the third time now, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and have a nice rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the next video.